welcome. Let me change this. Wait, I don't like this. I feel like this one is blocking my face.
Yeah, it is. Is
I
that
think
how it's going to show?
It's showing like that right now, which is weird.
Oh.
I don't know what happened there.
It's blocking your face for sure.
Damn, this is Arsenal fans. This was their plan. Arsenal, this is their plan. I don't know how that happened. It wasn't doing that before. While we were live. This is weird.
I don't worry. It's trying to block your drag. That's all it is.
Looking the entire thing.
Yeah, this is so annoying. Wait, let me try this. Classic. Doesn't even matter. This is not changing anything. Okay, there we go.
All right, cool.
Small mishap. Welcome. This is I'm going to label this the shameless podcast. Yes. All season, I've come on here. I've been the neutral guy. I've been doing analysis. Nah, that's not happening today. I just warning everybody. Welcome everybody. Another Footy Fantasy episode. This is the home of the trophy collectors. Not the best behaved team. Not the push. We push City all the way. This is the home of the trophy collectors. Yes, and before I go, let me introduce my guest, my fellow trophy collector, Chidi. Thanks for joining.
Sir.
Benny. Okay, let me move this other one. Benny, thanks for joining.
That works.
Okay, and my very good friend, Chelsea friend, Mr. Idris, our in-house Chelsea Aguero. Before we dive into the show, let's do quick admin. Like, share, and subscribe. YouTube, Footy Fantasy, road to 1K. Twitter, road to 2.5K. Instagram, Fantasy Footy. Like, share, subscribe. Algorithm. That's how people find us. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, let's dive into FA Cup final. Review on talking points. Manchester City, Man United 2-1 in favor of Manchester United. Let's start with Chudi. Walk us through. I know how you're feeling, but for everybody else, walk us through how you were feeling, day of the game, how everything went. What are your thoughts about that game?
So normally, I think I spoke to you before the game, and every Saturday morning I go play my ball. 10 o'clock time, everything perfect. And all my guys signed up. I was going to play ball, and I was like, I already know what's going to happen. Let me not go there and just elevate my hope for no reason. I carry blood pressure or wahala for no reason. So that I thought about. I was going to play ball, and I woke up that day. I was like, nah, it's not. Something didn't feel right. I was like, you know what? Last, I'll watch first half, see what is happening. If everything fails on me, if the first 15, 20 minutes fails, I'll turn off the TV. I'll move on with my life. I'll figure out what I'm doing for the rest of my day. That's how I thought about it. That's how I approached it. I was like, you know what? There's no way. At least there's no way I can watch a final on a recording or highlights. It just wouldn't feel right. So I put my head in there, and after that first half, I still wasn't comfortable, but I was very impressed with that first half. And I would say impressed in the sense that people were saying, oh, you're dumb. I expect City to maintain possession. I expected us to get bombarded. But what impressed me the most was the amount of duels that we won, the fights. Like, I haven't checked it, but I'm sure we won more duels in that fight. Like, in terms of, that's the second balls, the tackles, the aggression. You could see the fight in their eyes. Like, those guys, nobody was letting up. The level of discipline, the last time I saw that kind of discipline was probably a game against Liverpool. But that level of discipline, like, where it's like, look, we're here to die. Like, this thing is depending on a lot of things, and everybody stayed disciplined the entire game. Play to your strength, stay disciplined, stay in your pocket of space. You're not following any man per se. You're not here to man mark. Just stay in your pocket of space, draw back, push, and do exactly what you're supposed to do. That was a great team display, and the rest is history, as we know. But that's all I can say for now.
Okay. I guess from outside looking in, Benny, what are your thoughts about the game?
Can I just comment how this man sounded like he was giving testimony in church? I just sat there like I did. I know I just telling the story of life. I just didn't expect this, but thank God it. Honestly, though, it was just watching that game was obviously. I mean, if there was a way for both teams to lose, I would have wanted that. But obviously, because we had a stake in Europa League, or we had an interest in the Europa League, I wanted City to win. Having said that, just from the outside looking in as a disinterested, viewer, which I wasn't at the time, but as a disinterested viewer, it was really nice to see, people toughen up to a Guardiola-led team, because I feel like a lot of times, a lot of people try to play with them or whatever, but Man U came there to break legs. I don't know, just to jam people rough, like to rough handle some players, and it just took a lot of those players out of the game, a lot of City players out of the game. Foden was inexistent essentially. With the way Amrabat was out there, I thought it was a different Amrabat, like not the Amrabat from this season that we've seen flop day in, day out.
Yeah,
he was there like tackling everything, and everybody just came to play that day. Like, win your duels must have been the message. Win your personal duels. Everything you're in, try to win it. And like Shudi was saying, it felt like Man U was first to every ball, like first to every kind of duel and everything. So obviously, I don't know what the message was from Ten Hag. I don't know what he mixed in with their Gatorade, if he added a little crack in there. I don't know if he just told them, like, look, if you guys win, I will stay. And if I stay, I can promise you part of my generational wealth or whatever. I don't know what he did. But it worked, and it showed not necessarily the blueprints, but because this is something that we've seen before, Guardiola-led teams are usually prone to physical players of a certain quality. Obviously, you can't just be physical and have no quality. But it takes me back to those days of Barcelona, prime Barcelona with Guardiola and the Mourinho-led Madrid. Barcelona had like more technique and everything, but the way those guys came, they came to fight. Essentially, you have to fight a Guardiola team to beat them, and that's what Man U did. And kudos to them, honestly.
Okay, Idris, what are your thoughts? I know you just like this type of game, pragmatic football. He is the king of
I am. My brother knows me about that. I'm not all about. I hate ideologues, and and in a lot of our chat debates, if you notice, some of my arguments could just come left field because I always tie it to like ideologues who are not actually flexible. And sometimes I'm very passionate about my view about why I hate ideologues, and people think I'm actually an ideologue. And probably I am. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, but like in this game, at least we know one thing for sure. When Ten Hag wants to win, he can win. Where was this all the season? And when you look at the lineup about the likes of Maguire being benched, I don't care if McClenny has one injury or the other rubbish. The guy played his best team. The guy went for it. The guy choked up Guardiola. The guy did not come there to play pretty. There was nothing about I want to hold possession, which would segue to another conversation later on. There was no rubbish about, like, it was just we were here to win, and United got it done. 2 goals up first half. Like, that's mad. As soon as I saw that, I was just like, oh, man, as a Chelsea fan, like, this was not how I wanted this game to start. And I did expect City to come back, I'm not going to lie to you. But the fact that they held up that far, kudos to them, kudos to United, kudos to their fighting spirit, and kudos to their coach. And as much as I still think he should get fired, but kudos to the coach. The guy came clutch. And then he bragged and said, all I do is win, no matter. I was like, yeah, come on now.
I saw that.
It's all good. It's all good. I can't hate on that. I'm a Chelsea fan. I mean, it is what it is. So from an outsider looking in, kudos. Good job, Manchester.
Backing it there. So my thoughts are. Go ahead.
No. I'm done. Sorry.
Okay. My thoughts are, yeah, he's backing it, like, 2 trophies in 2 years. My thoughts about the game. I want to try to limit about the game. I'm not going to go long term yet. Just about the game. About the game, I think Ten Hag coached it perfectly, in the sense that I think he switched this, and Judy is here to keep me honest if I'm making it. I think he switched to this formation since Newcastle game. He plays this 4-2-2-2 thing, very narrow. Essentially, Bruno is a false 9. And for some surprising reason, to me, right, Guardiola fell right into the trap of that formation. At least that's what I saw. Right, he fell right into the trap. So first about United, I think he coached it very well in the sense that right, he plugged all the spaces. Most United fans who have watched United games all season, right? Well, the way we play, high press, low block, and I-10 expressway in between. There's just so much space in between. But he pretty much floods the midfield, like 3-4 midfielders, right? Meno, McTominay, Amrabat. So they all stay in this mid/low block, and it plugs up all the spaces. According to what Judy said, also that I noticed also is like winning second balls. They were determined. So I think that there are many points. The first point is the players were hurt by everything that's been happening over the season, right? My entire worst season, all our legends attacking the players, fans, everybody saying they don't care. All the leaks that came out about Ten Hag leaving, not even beginning of the game. People forget this. City fan from the kickoff, they were doing the Poznan. Like, that's so disrespectful. The game has not even been played already. So I think the players were hurt. Like, okay, like we got something for you guys. Yeah, you guys are better than us. We've had our worst season ever. But we're Manchester United. This is still a derby. We have something for you. And I think that was one part of it. The second part, tactics. Like I said, Ten Hag got to spot on today. Right? He did. It was because I would say for the last couple of weeks up until like maybe 2 games ago, he was doing this. He was playing Wan-Bissaka on the left. Bro, don't do that. that was horrible. Like Wan-Bissaka he's not great at like inverting. You're playing him. He has an awkward way he plays. And now he has to be inverting. So that was a mismatch. Dalot at least, he's still good at inverting. He can come in. He's technically more solid than Wan-Bissaka. He can control the ball 1-2. So you still give him a chance. But when you were playing Wan-Bissaka on that side, so you played Wan-Bissaka on the right, that helped, of course. The third thing, still tactics-wise, City's failure. They didn't have any width. I was surprised how narrow they were throughout the game until they brought in Doku. They didn't have any width, and that played right into United's hand because they were all trying to come to the middle every time, come to the middle. And the middle was flooded with other players. So I think we got it spot on tactically. So kudos to Ten Hag for that, right, for this game. He got it spot on. They took their chances when they were giving. I also think that we created a lot of good chances on the break, like we did. I praise him specifically for one thing also that I thought he was going to get wrong. I thought he was going to try to play Garnacho from the left. I have always said Garnacho on the right gives the attack more balance. I've always said it gives the attack more balance because now you are forcing him to make just one decision, mostly with you. When he beats you, he's going to either shoot, because Garnacho likes to shoot. He's not passing forward. He's not one of those forwards that cut him. He always wants to shoot. So now he's on his right foot and he shoots easy. He doesn't have to he has less decisions to make. Let me put it that way. Either he shoots or he crosses. When he's coming in from that left, he has multiple decisions and he makes a lot of mistakes. So I give him credit for that. And I also give him credit for the false nine thing. I think that was really good because it gives Bruno is essentially positionless there. And Bruno can go full Bruno. And when Bruno goes full Bruno, fit Bruno, he's always dangerous, especially for that pass. So I think it was a great performance. Defensively wise, I think the last thing I'll talk about is Champions League Varane. Wow. I wish I'd got him earlier. I wish he wasn't as injury prone. I really wish, because when it comes to box defending, I think Varane is probably one of the best we've ever seen, career-wise. And even in United, I think he was one of the key reasons why we made top 4 last season. Varane is incredible when he fits. In the box defending. I'm not talking of it like high line. I'm not like box defending. Him and Martinez are very good. Their box defending is exceptional. So, I mean, that was my analysis of the game. I think we were the better team, mostly we're the better team. I think second half was always going to be that way, right? What they call game state. Like City were always going to go for it. And there was no way we were going to try to, City wants to do it, then we're now going to play highlight. I mean, Haaland does destroy us. We do that. You can't play highlight against Haaland. So that was how it was going to go. We're going to have to sit low, defend well in our box, force them to outside shots. And I think they did well. I mean, Onana made a gaffe that almost turned the game. Because United should have saved that. And that's kind of always going to be a thing. I know I have a lot of United fans who complain about that. We should sell in this. I'm like, Onana is going to be like our Hugo Lloris, in my opinion. It's like he always have that mistake here and there. He won't be a disaster, but he will always.
He said what? But he had a good game.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
it.
Overall, he had a
That's what I'm
terrific
saying.
game.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
If you
save
think about
the
Hugo Lloris,
little gaff there.
if you go Lloris at Spurs, right? Just think about it. That's how Hugo Lloris works. He will have blind out the game, save. He will make one gaff, one
Still a
mistake,
mistake, yeah.
and that's what everybody remember. I mean, do you remember like the game yesterday? The save from who did he save 1-on-1? He saved 1-on-1 from, was it Alvarez or somebody?
I think so, Alvarez, yeah.
Yeah, he saved one volley from Walker that deflected. Like he makes crazy saves, but people just remember that gap. And I'm personally fine. It's not ideal, but I'm fine with it because I think he's a good shot stopper. So
I'll just add one more thing. Because I've been hearing a lot of people saying that, oh, City didn't play their game, this, which I think is a lot of nonsense. Because what City did yesterday was exactly what City does every day, every game in, game out. That's what brings them success. City doesn't pinch that wide line like that. They play that thing. De Bruyne, this guy, and Foden on the side. They usually bring in the Doku and the Grealish. At least this season, they'll bring in the Doku and the Grealish to now get that wide isolation type of football. But they keep playing down that middle, get wide spaces, do their things and stuff like that. That's how they play. I wouldn't also say they fell into any kind of trap for us. They played their game with the hope that they knew we're coming to defend. Even if we defend, they know that us trying to pass out the back to try to create a chance, 9 out of 10 times with their press, we are bound to make one mistake, and that's what they'll capitalize on. Yeah. They did that to us during the season. We'll make one mistake. But ironically enough, we did not make any mistake at that back. We did not, in terms of passing that ball out of the back, like trying to create a chance, where it's like the likes of the Mainos, the Brunos, the Martinez, they know how to at least keep the ball where they can interchange small passes in small spaces. And we're able to do that successfully without City intervening. And we got away with that. So that was their that was their weakness to try to exploit. And they just did not have the opportunity to, but they played their game. There was nothing different in anybody not showing up. They're like, oh, yeah, Stones did not. Like, no, these guys, this is what they'll be playing all season. Let's not undermine what just happened yesterday. But we just had to point that out anyways.
No, that's true. Let's take comments quickly. Akiola says, Eric Senat, I'm in the house. Stand up. Even now, United lost City last season. It wasn't the whitewash. It was a close game. Ola. With the Goats FC, bro is bigger than Cantona. Bro is bigger than the Cantona jersey. True and nice of Ayo. There was a United player post-match interview saying they block the midfield because City can kill you through the midfield. Ola. Huh? I was saying same about Nana yesterday in the Facebook group. He'll be having a perfect game and his brain will suddenly malfunction. I try not to criticize him because there's a negative stereotype against black goalkeepers generally. That's fair. That's true. Shout out to my boy Kobe Maino. Yep. Yeah, I think just to like kind of wrap up the game. Why I say they fell into the trap, kind of comeback. It's like the read. I expected Guardiola should have read it earlier. That was my expectation. Like, oh, this is what they're doing. I made some adjustments. And the adjustment did not even necessarily mean change, like bring somebody off the bench, right? I thought he would have like instructed maybe Bernardo Silva or somebody to just go stay wide and you know and spread the play. That's what I thought he was going to do, but they never did it. They kept trying to do like what you said. You know, they will go overload one wing. When you come there, try to come back to the middle. They overload next. They didn't like just go stay wide and stretch it. You know, and even when Doku came on, from what I remember, it took them a while for them to figure out like. One-on-one with Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka did his job. Did a job yesterday.
Wan-Bissaka is not really the way to beat Wan-Bissaka. It's either you overload or you go around him, right? That's the way. That's the way you have to go around Wan-Bissaka. Meaning, like somebody else, like if somebody's going, I bet to make the run behind. Because positionally, that's what Wan-Bissaka's greatest weakness is positioning. Knowing where to stand, but one-on-one defending is one of the best in doing that. So like you have to always kind of go around him. And Pepper's done it many times, right? Many times. So I was just surprised. I was like, why has it, you know? Like, why didn't he figure? I was just surprised a little bit. But, hey, you know, it's football. Sometimes. I also thought City were lethargic, in my opinion. Like, their press wasn't as usually, like, as intense as it usually is. But, I mean, it's football. I'm glad we beat them because I went to that game thinking it's either this is going to be an embarrassment or this is going to be one of those games where it will look close, you know? But it's not really close, right? Like I thought, like FA Cup final, like Ola said, I think it's one of those ones where it looked close, but it was not really close. In the sense that City were just like, if we need to score more, we score more. Right now, we're okay with this. We have a Champions League final to play. That's how, and City, we have so many games like that against City, where if they get 1-2 goals, they were just like, okay, we're not going to do anything. If you guys want to come, and we'll go. But nah, this was different. They were rattled from the beginning. Of course, the mistake helped. The first goal, them conceded. City don't like to concede goals on the break. Pep has this, I don't know what it is, based on aversion, and we've seen so many clips, right, of Pep doing this. When he's about to concede, I mean, the most famous recent one was the Spurs. I'm like, bros, chill. Like, acting like you can't go back and score a second goal, falling on the floor, acting as if the world is coming to my head. Like,
yeah, likes camera, this thing.
Yes, like, chill, bro. Like, you can even go and score, like, Axel. But hey, it's good to get one against the neighbors. You don't usually do it. So that was amazing. Friend of the show and my longtime friend Paul says, in my opinion, Amrabat was exceptional. I agree. We should talk about that. He played like the player we all watched at the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
That being said, we had an identity yesterday where the marking was uptight. 100%, Paul. I agree. Hugo Lloris. Oh my God, I can't. Free my man Onana and laugh my ass off. I mean, I heard this on a podcast, and every time I've heard that, I can't unsee it. And that's literally what I remember. It's like when I see Onana, he reminds me of Lloris.
But you do know the problem with the likes of Lloris and Onana is, are they championship winning goalies? I mean,
that's a good question. We don't know. Time
because
will tell.
Time will tell. But when we look at before Hugo Lloris, remember there was Fabian Barthez.
Yeah.
Right. So Barthez won the World Cup.
He
did win the World Cup.
He won the league.
Yeah, exactly. Till phenomenon showed up at Old Trafford, and they were like, no, this is not sustainable. This is not. They're like, this is not sustainable.
Outside the box, just finding angles.
The reality is this, though. If you think about Hugo Lloris, right? If you want to be fully honest, Hugo Lloris was not the reason why Spurs didn't win the league against Leicester.
Oh no, they're not.
Hugo Lloris wasn't the reason why Spurs didn't win the league when you guys won the league under Conte. It wasn't because of Hugo Lloris, right? So like they challenged for the league, like to the end. At least Leicester won for sure to the end, and it wasn't because of the goalkeeper. So
that's true.
Sometimes I think people.
It's fair.
I think Onana. So here's the thing: it's a popular opinion. I think Onana gets too much flack, honestly. For I guess he makes some errors, but it's the law of averages. When you take in so many shots, you're facing that many shots, you are bound to make a few errors.
I say this in my group chat.
You are bound to make a few. It doesn't matter who the goalie is. Yeah. When you take in so many shots, you will make errors upon errors. You got Onana against when he was playing with Inter against Manchester City. I don't know if you guys watched that final.
Yeah,
that guy was the reason City could not play their game properly, because he was comfortable holding the ball.
Yep.
And distribution was just impeccable. That it made that final so much closer than it should have been, honestly, on paper. But with Man U, when you guys cannot really keep the ball well, and your midfield is porous, just open for anything, for business every day of the week and twice on a Sunday.
Jesus,
you can't expect a goalie like Onana, who is good with his feet, to shine there. You guys concede too many shots in for him to like actually for his.
Benny, we've seen this with
Carry on.
We saw this with Kepa too at Chelsea, right? Like if you remember, it was the same syndrome. We kept chastising all of Chelsea goalies, and it was also, again, I come back to some of the things that just frustrates me with modern day football, with the ideology of certain coaches saying this is how I want to play, I want to build up from the back. But then you have to look at the resources you have. If I was killing it in Bundesliga or killing it in Ajax in the Dutch Eredivisie, you need to ask certain questions like, how are they playing in Bundesliga? They're allowing you to do certain things. In the Premier League, there are an average of 3 or 4 teams. They did not come to play rubbish. They came to survive. And how they are going to survive is not that can you do it on a cold night at Stoke? You remember, like these guys are going to. You go through the first team, you go through the next one. At least you're losing 2 players, either through injury or through yellow cards or something. But then you get to the third team, you're worn out. Then when you go and jam the top boys, your team is depleted. You know what I mean? So when coaches come in and think they can just constantly have this open way of play, this, fluidity, which it's nice to watch. And then we talk about the likes of like players you expose, like Onana, the Kepas, the Lloris, because Pochettino exposed Lloris a lot too as well, right? So
I'll just add one more thing to I think Benny's point on like the chastising of Onana, which you guys we also have to see the circumstances with which he came into, right? They're taking
Yes.
over David De Gea after the
Yeah.
De Gea saga, the contract situation. He now comes into that kind of setup for 50 million. You now find out that he's Ten Hag's boy. You play on Ten Hag. You now see that kind of circumstance again. Then you now like, okay, he comes in there and
it was the reason we went out Champions League.
criticism. It doesn't help that he's black again. And thirdly, lastly, again,
he's the major reason we went out Champions League. If you want to be very clear,
but you have to understand that it's supposed to happen. I mean, it's the same thing that happened with De Gea when he came in. Was it 2012 or 2013 and taking over Van der Sar or whoever, was it Howard, they were taking over and taking over Van der Sar. That kind of spell, you come in there 2013 from Atletico, De Gea struggled. Yeah, everybody knew him for that situation where it was like the corner kick situation where De Gea, they said that he didn't have size, that Ferguson has gotten this one wrong. He didn't have size. Yeah. Every single team, they're playing with us with that corner kick. Like, I remember Stoke then, you're about to take a corner kick, guys will be smiling. That you see them animal shot cross and they'll be running with confidence. Like, yeah, let's go and stand behind this guy. Let's see what happens. Yeah. They're using it as a laughing stock. So look at what happened eventually. So let's give the man time, man. I love the guy's spirit, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually a huge fan of Nana. I absolutely like between him and Maignan. Although Maignan is like a better shot stopper, as a complete package, I'll take Onana over him. And it's weird to say given the performance he had this year, but just from watching him over the years, I'm a huge fan of the guys. But
let me take comments. Comments are flying in, so I don't miss them. Susan Bachi says the biggest advantage United had going to that match was the citizens. I like that. Having to play a full Premier League, Champions League, and they were clearly lethargic and lacking a bit in their press. I thought so. Ola says, at least we can finally rest from the Rodri hasn't lost in many games, blah, blah, blah. From all these commentators, yes. The Rodri streak. We are the showstoppers. That's what we do. Benny has it dead on. Okay. My Ray says, so man, they spread the ash. Well, I don't know.
Straight up. Don't forget, twice on a Sunday.
If we should put us like clay substrate in a growth medium.
You guys are going hard. Let's forget that they're literally
Buji during Salah's last season. I want to hit one comment about Amrabat. Because my group chat too, I have a group chat with some of the guys that you guys know from our Facebook group, All United Chat. People were talking about it like, oh, let's sign Amrabat because of that. We think Amrabat is we should stay. We should sign Amrabat. Amrabat is good. Blah blah blah. I thought he had a very good game yesterday. Yeah. I also think it's easier for a CDM to have a good game. I'm not taking anything from Amrabat, but I'm also actually giving credit to Ten Hag when you have less space to cover. Absolutely. Right? Like this whole crap that we're doing all season, where our midfielders were doing man marking and people just go wide and pull us out. We stopped that the last 2-3 games. And everybody has so much space to cover, right? I mean, Johan Cruyff said it about football is a game of space, right? It's the teams that usually do well have less space to cover. When they attack, they make the field wide. When they defend, they make the spaces smaller.
Shrink it.
They shrink the spaces. So we're compact, essentially, without saying too much. We were compact yesterday, and that helps a whole lot. It helps a whole lot. So long term about keeping Amrabat, I'm conflicted on this one, right? I don't have a final, just because I feel like the tactics and the structure have been so bad this season. I don't have a good judge on what Amrabat is. And when I say what, I mean what in the sense that is Amrabat a guy that will be able to do well for an aspiring top 4 team, which is, I'm not sure. Because I don't have the base level for his performances. Let me put it that way. I do not. Yeah. Amrabat was dropping 2/10s in some games. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? But there were some games they were playing him left back.
I was like, what?
Yeah, why are we playing this man left back? And he was coming in with 10 minutes to go. So it's like, yeah, I have no base level. I have no of what Amrabat is and what he's not. Wow, these comments are still flying in. Okay, I think I said this one. Oga Kwame says, when Atalanta beat Never Losing I knew we were going to win. What? How does
You
that
know what?
relate?
That's a spiritual thing. You know, there's sometimes you wake up, you're like, it's a spiritual thing. I feel my brother, man. I understand. Even if it's mental and stupid, and you think you might need counseling, I still think it's valid. I'm with you, brother. You wake up some days, you're just like, today might be the day.
Henry said, I like him for United. Henry, stop hating your club. Arsenal, you guys don't win anything. So stop it. Don't come and chat rubbish here. TY says, but City played and won almost all competition last season. I don't think it's only just being tired. United came with an actual game plan.
Thank you.
And stuck to it. I don't think anybody said that here.
Thank you.
I think we all gave credit that the game plan was spot on. But I also think multiple things can be true. That's just right.
When they keep saying the whole tiredness, it just undermines what happened yesterday, and that thing, I know it gets under my skin. I'm like, no, it undermines.
I beg you will get to take your credits. Yes, take credit.
Yes,
take
let's
credit.
not
Annoying this, annoying that. I beg you come back next year and drop another shame. Anyway, I like the exactly. I was about to say that.
I like that for Manchester United. I think that's the long-term conversation, and just watch out for our season review. We are going to go deep dive into that one. We're going to start season
Chris.
That's Chris. Henry said, why the sunshade? Oh, I'm glad somebody has finally asked this question. I'm glad. I want this on purpose.
He has glaucoma.
Is I only see people who have won trophies. That's the only thing. I see only people that have won trophies as a trophy collector. That's the reason, Henry. But thanks for the
my brother, so you barely see anything.
It's not really a trophy. There's no it's a trophy, but it's not
trophy collector. All of us we saw our armpit. Did you see your armpit this season? It just no. Benny, did you see your armpit? We saw armpit this season.
Don't worry about my armpit.
Worst case
scenario, I remember to Scope. It seems like a solid squad player.
Again, one thing I'm learning in football when I analyze players more and more often is not to give false positives. And the only thing I can say is I have no baseline on Amrabat, so I don't know what he is. That's just the honest truth. I do not know. I don't think he played enough. I don't think he played enough for me to know what he is. That's just my opinion.
But
I cannot go off one game. I cannot go off one game. I don't like to analyze football like that.
But the thing is, we're looking at it from Amrabat was. I mean, you guys got him because of his performance at the World Cup, which was if you use that as a baseline, then the guy's massively underperformed, obviously. But seeing what he can do, I guess potential there is probably what you could say you're gambling on. The potential of that player showing himself like he did yesterday, just showing like that and wanting that to be consistent. You're gambling on that potential essentially. So
I can
you've seen him do well. You've seen him do bad.
Yeah, what you said, I can gamble on, and what Akinola said, I can gamble on for the wages. If it's low wages, less than 20 million, I'm fine with that. So somebody Amara can go. He showed up in the final good. He needs to show for at least 40% of the damn season. Guy has had 2 games, and we're starting like maybe he's worth it. Please.
I'm on the same boat.
I won't put. You said what? What did you say?
I wouldn't. I'm on the same boat where I don't know enough.
Yeah, I
don't know enough for him to be a squad player. I don't know enough, but I've seen like maybe 2 or 3 standout games. I'm like, yes, like this guy's onto something.
But the guy is 27. Was he ever signed to be a star player? Was he signed to be a very solid squad player?
Even a squad player, you need a certain level of, at least, right? A McTominay, right? I don't trust McTominay on the ball or whatnot, but you know what? I know if you give that man specific instructions, he will stay with that thing for 90 minutes for you. He would give you his soul for 90 minutes. That is a sport.
They learn of a book. They read about ball in the books.
Instructions like that maximizes. Let's be clear, right?
Yes.
Maximize the strength. Yes. Okay, I agree. Ogakame was tapping to look more anointing. Chris says, "LOL, I guess he's laughing at your Everton." That was funny. I didn't see that coming. It looked like Everton after I look at. Wait, that looks like Everton. This was when we joined. My tenant for the next 5 years. Hey, don't joke with that one.
Honestly, I feel like I'm on an island here, but I feel like if you guys stick with Ten Hag, you really benefit too. We might
Hey,
reap in the short run too. We might reap benefits too, but
don't
in the
joke
long
now.
run, you guys reap benefits.
Don't joke me now. I'm not going to go there at all. Man. We're going to talk about the best decision that's already been made about Chelsea very soon. I'm just going to say this. Say this guy was considered dead for like 2-3 weeks ago. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, you know what's very funny though? A lot of United fans have done a lot of double takes from yesterday's game. I'm just like, this is very interesting. But I think it's fine. That's why we are emotional. We ride with the wave of victory, and that's fine. And that's fine. Everybody doesn't have to be like anybody else. That's what I'm learning. So I don't try to force my ideas on people anymore. I'm trying. I know I can be very convincing, but I'm trying to not do that anymore. Amrabat hasn't been used properly, but it's a massive gamble to make his loan move permanent. That's how I feel. I'll be honest, that's how I feel about Amrabat. He has not been used properly, but it also feels like it's a massive gamble. Especially if it's like some 4-year deal, a 2-year deal, 3-year deal, 20 million. I think that's what I'm hearing. 15, 20 million. I won't mind. Because that's something that, if it doesn't work out, you can cut it easily. But if it's anything massive wages, nah. I'm not doing that. What did the Gambler song say? You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
I want to fold them. Facts. That's true.
Yeah. MC Sauce. Hey, Harry, I'm coming. I'm coming for you guys all summer. I'm applying pressure on Arsenal fans all summer.
Hey, Arsenal.
Jose would have loved a player like Max.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's true. See, I was the only one that saw it. Yeah, you're right. I think we need to stop doing what we've done for the past 10 plus years. Keep the manager, get rid of the players. If he still persists, then ETH is rubbish. I don't know, man.
How long will Chris want to keep a player? A manager? Because
people say this a lot. People say this a lot, and I always push back. And I want to push back. I understand your concept, Chris. Stability is important. I was just telling Dad about Chelsea and stability a couple of days ago, and we are getting Chelsea now. But I think people need to literally think about what they mean when they say this. United have changed players. Literally, if you go and look at the squad under Jose, it's not the same squad. Under Ole, it's not the same people. Players have gone. Like people keep saying that our problem is same players. It's literally not. It's just as simple as the recruitment has been bad. So when people say this, the players are different, guys. Ten Hag has brought in 14 players, loan and full time permanent. So guys, we've changed players. It's not that's not been the problem. We've changed players.
I also think you're talking about winning and the case of people feeling some mixed emotions. You have to also understand that Ten Hag may have one thing, the goodwill feeling of United fans in terms of he fought with Ronaldo. There are a lot of things. Even that interview was just like, why would Ronaldo as a legend do that interview with Piers Morgan and stuff? But if you look back, almost everything that guy has said is coming to pass. Training ground is falling apart. Stadium is leaking. Everybody was like, this guy is a hater. You know what I mean, right? And then
we knew that.
Sancho,
I don't think that. I think it was more like we knew that. Like we didn't need Ronaldo to tell us that. We knew that. I was there.
You saw it. No,
I think you know more than most Man U fans.
Most people do, exactly. Did not know that.
We're not privy to all that. You do a lot of
exactly
things, research, whatever.
Exactly,
most
and you go to
fans,
games.
Average Man U fan doesn't know all the. Wow.
Exactly, and
wow, this is
and to make the point of the leaking part is the stadium leaking itself is not the fact that it's the problem. It is the picture it sends. Like we have this $1 billion owner. He's leveraged us to the teeth. He doesn't really care about the club. Then this manager comes in who's an ideologue. Then he fights with our legend. Then he fights with a whole bunch of other people. Then he's playing this football where we don't understand there's a highway in between. And then he gets rid of Sancho, and Sancho is living his best life. And they're now saying mental health as well. So now we're looking at the coach, whether this coach actually has mental issues. Because no, let's be honest, guys. Like let's be honest. Like whether you like it or not, thank God the guy actually won. Because if Sancho raised that Champions League, damn. Think about it. Just think about it.
That's fair. It's all for banter. Arsenal use that Saka sauce to deal with summer heat. Hey, all summer we're coming. Henry said 2-3 years. Henry, again, don't joke with that one. My personal opinion.
But he answered the question I asked. How long do you want to hold the manager before you say this manager is nuts?
My response to that is, I think sometimes we're always too attached to length of time, right? I think you need to see progress. And when I mean length of time, of course, I think you need to give a manager a whole season. Unless it's something like, what was that man that came for, was it Crystal Palace? Which coach, Dutch coach did that? Was it Overmars? Who did that?
No, it wasn't Overmars. It was the worst one. Mourinho said the worst one ever.
Yeah, that guy. Anyway, that lost 6 straight games. Like, unless it's not that type of result, I think you need to give a manager a whole season, right? Then judge but like when the progress is like rapidly horrible, I think you always have to pull the plug, in my personal opinion.
This J Socials, one of our boys.
Funny, our fans say other families are too crazy, but an FA
Frank
Cup
de Boer is what we're
and
thinking
the other
about.
families actually like, what did you guys play like this? Hey, J Socials, don't do that. Today is for starting. Doesn't matter. We won.
Please remove that piece of negativity from the screen.
Please, J Socials, my boy.
Remove Jace.
I tell you, United fans going to push 90. Hey, today agenda must agenda. The only agenda I'm not listening to say we should give extension. Hey, don't joke with that one. Ukraine has been terrible. We're running things like less like the football club and more like a freaking temporary agency. Not English Adeco here. This guy's crazy.
That's like English Adeco. That's mad. That's mad. That's a recruiting firm, man. 2 years guarantee. That's mad, fam.
The next problem this season was more on-field than off-field. This season's football is unjustifiable. I agree. My personal opinion. It doesn't have to be popular. I'm telling you, just because he finally showed up 4 months after I joined the team.
No, but there's
that's the worst manager in the Premier League ever.
Yeah,
Frank de Boer. Yeah.
You know, but the Sancho thing says a lot because Chelsea were notorious for those things happening. So it's.
Oh, it does. I really like her comments. Like, who says it? A broken clock is right at least 2 times a day. Let's start.
You know what I mean?
Carried away and says that the Sancho thing. He's going back to Bundesliga, first of all. Let's calm down a bit.
Brother, it's a Champions League. If you are going to go, if you are put it on your resume, would you choose? I know choose.
You guys
you come out there, you have one or two. We have been signing too many players based on these wild performances, and we'll be like, oh my God, this is this. Let's bring in this. No, I'm happy with what Sancho is doing. Let's get value for that 80 million that we've paid. Let's get value and get rid of that situation. I have no remorse or whatever. Like, no, oh my God, we're not losing anything. Let 100%. That man go and get most of our money back. I
100% agree with you. And to
add the too, please.
To add the plus one to that comment, everybody knows I am the biggest Sancho fan. Everybody knows. Before it was popular, I was putting Sancho corner on our Facebook group. Sancho, everything. Egg on my face, and I held the egg. I thought that transfer was going to be like A1. It did not work out. You move on. That's where I am. It didn't work out. But I also think Ten Hag has coached horribly this season. Both two things can occur, in my opinion.
Fair.
Especially because Sancho, this has occurred now. 3 managers. Ole, Ragnick, and my man. I just think Sancho is one of those guys that I'm not sure his style of football is effective in the Premier League. At the top 4 side. I'm not sure. That's what I think. Lost 7 straight games with no goals. He almost collapsed their whole palace. I've
tried to see if this guy actually ever got a job after that. This guy became Netherlands manager. I mean, somewhere. What the hell, Atlanta? Why? Anyway, we'll continue. Sorry.
People are so eager for United payment. They will make a mount out of a terminal tumor out of a pimple. What did they say? Adored, hated, what? Hated, adored, never ignored. So, we know. Didn't Sancho have a bad start? I was on bench because of behavior. Now he dribbles all over the place against PSG. Then everyone is jacking themselves off, smoking cigarettes.
Now, wow, Chris.
First of all, let me add the pause. It's a public show. Whoa.
He just shot everywhere. They're like, get out of here, man. Like, what are we doing?
Man U fans are a little too active in that comment section.
Don't mind them. They're crawling out of tunnels now.
We're going to move Chelsea now. I think we spent almost 45 minutes, but moving Chelsea now. if Sancho flopped at Dortmund, these same fans will used to back their narratives.
That's the truth. That's the
And
truth.
We won't get money back for him.
Speaking facts.
See, Joya, okay, now remove Jay Social's negativity from the screen. I don't want to hear that camera. Remove his negativity from the screen.
Idris and Benny, how's that conference playoff? Please, that is what he did. How's that conference playoffs?
I don't like. I don't like.
Benny, how's that conference league playoff? Good segue to Chelsea. Let's go to Chelsea. No more Manchester United. Let's go to Chelsea. Let me finish the comment. Then we'll come back.
Wait, let me make motion. If we're talking about Chelsea and Man U, can we have the moderator not be a Man U fan? Because I don't
Thank you.
I don't understand.
We're stunting everybody today. We're stunting everybody today.
Don't worry.
That's the aim. Last comment is like Cameron said to Jim Jones, you can't pause everything. That's true. You can't pause everything. Okay, the floor. I don't know where to start because I feel like either of you now is going to be a sermon. So let me start with Bailey.
Now,
can you give me like a surprise?
30 seconds. You just mute them.
30 seconds. Choose 30 seconds. You're mute there.
Don't ask questions. Just mute them.
You will have to stand up from the ground you're sitting on. I will tell everybody you're sitting on the ground right now to get you off this topic in 30 seconds.
And that's why I narrowed. I know it's not going to take seconds, but that's why I narrowed the question.
Okay, maybe we should take it in bites. Maybe we should take it in bites.
Let's
bite size.
Yes,
bite size. Church or whatever.
What's your thoughts on sacking of Poch?
How do you say horrible, but in the worst way? Okay, so everybody that knows me or what I'm about, they know where I stand on Clearlake, Todd Bowley, the new owners of Chelsea. They know what I absolutely think of them. I think the world of them, and by the world I mean dog shit. So I have been
we're fiery.
preaching to anybody who wants to listen to me, anybody who wants to hear me, Chelsea fans, non-Chelsea fans, and anybody alike, anybody with ears to listen. These guys don't know what the hell they're doing. They have no clue what they're doing. They're bringing a model that does not work into the Premier League. Maybe their ownership of LA Dodgers has got them thinking, oh, wow, we've owned a slightly successful franchise, which they haven't won when was the last time they won this, by the way, they haven't won in a long time. And they just signed Otani. Let's see what they do this year. But they are bringing that model into this unrelated system and think, okay, it has to work here. Okay, we are smart, we're billionaires, we know what we're doing. We're gonna make sure we're gonna reinvent the wheel essentially. We're gonna come here and sign players to 8-year contracts and to prison term contracts with no incentive to perform for those 8 years, essentially. We're going to come here and find a coach that we're going to sign players, pay extra money to get the best so they know we can splash money, not knowing that there are guardrails that prevent that from spending anyhow you want every single year. They're going to come in and say, okay, we know what we're doing. Let's just fire everybody in the previous administration and start afresh. Everybody down to the groundsman. And they fired everybody, started afresh. Players that were there last, only maybe 4 or 5 players that were there with the previous administration or whatever, but they got new players, brand new players, overpaid for virtually all of them. The marquee signings were overpaid for by a multiple of 2 at the very least. Because I don't care what anybody says. Hey, why you're part of people that are here shouting Caicedo. Caicedo is not worth 120 million pounds in any market. I don't care what you say. Enzo is not worth 150 million pounds in any market. I don't care what you say. What's his name? This guy from Leicester, this defender from Leicester that hasn't played that played only 2 games or 3 games. Fofana. He is not worth 75 million pounds. I don't care what anybody says. But this guy came and said, okay, we'll just pay extra money so they know we can splash money. Oh, by the way, we need a new manager. Let's fire this guy who's, although he has social skills, who is tactically up there with the best managers in the world. First of all, we fired everybody that's supporting him in terms of bringing people in. But no, let's drag this guy in to make decisions on who to buy. Buy those players, some of those players, then fire him 6 seasons later. Then you fire him and hire Graham Potter. Hire Graham Potter to a 5-year deal for 60 million pounds.
Jesus.
12 million pounds a year for an unproven English coach. And I'm not trying to be, anti whatever here. I'm nothing against the English. But remind me the last decent English coach you've had in the last 20 years. English.
Aside Roy Hodgson, nothing.
Ferguson is not even English. Guy is Scottish. The last English coach
Guy, stop
has
it.
been none. And you get this guy that's unproven at Brighton, who is languishing in the middles, no pressure, just stay in the league. That's the only pressure you have. Stay in the league, don't get relegated. To the place with bright lights, immense pressure, a massive fan base, and say, okay, we want you to lead this new adventure. A year in, the guy underperforms as most people with sense expected. You fire him, and who do you go get? Not even a year in. Did he last year now? Potter did not last a year. Less than a year. He brought in Lampard again to come and change the guys. 11 games, 1 win, 8 defeats.
Bring him back game. I think you should
brought him back. Brought Lampard back.
Bring him back again. Bring Lampard again.
Guy, make an answer for your glasses. Anyway, point is that these guys don't know what they're doing, and now they keep at every turn you see they'll blame the previous administration for this, the previous administration did this, or they put us in this, we didn't know about it, we didn't know about this. First of all, nobody forced you to buy Chelsea. When they brought the case and said, hey, do your due diligence. If you're not comfortable with what you're doing, you're not comfortable with what you saw, don't buy it. Nobody forced you. We're praying for Saudi guys to come and invest, and those guys were ready to invest. But UK government, in their own greediness or in their own holier than thou, whatever. No, we don't want Saudi money, whatever.
We do the West thing. We're holier than thou, and our morals are the best morals in the world.
Their money is clean. They went to get Americans that don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, they're there now. Hire people that know what they're doing. No, you get players, first of all, which is one of the stupidest things I've ever thought of. You can think of in your life. You get a coach and say, okay, no, we don't want a coach that will come and bring his philosophy. We want a coach that can work with only these players. You can't tell us what players to buy you. You can't tell us who you want, who you like for your own philosophy. You have to you have to have a style that fits these players. And you've somehow, and they did something, the only thing I'll give them credit for was after Lampard left, they brought in Pochettino, who is not a winner. But for all intents and purposes, he's a decent manager. A decent manager who has been, he's been there, he's done that. He hasn't won much, but he's been there, he's done that. At the very least, he can bring stability to the team. The team started all rocky and everything, injuries and everything like that. Okay, fine. But then he figured it out eventually. First of all, Enzo and Caicedo cannot play together with Gallagher in the same midfield. That's eventually figured it out. And I think once Enzo got injured, it became very, very clear that only two of them can play in the midfield. But he figured it out eventually, and he ended the season well. What do you do as somebody with small sense? Okay, you know what? He has figured something out. Let's see if he can continue this, whatever. No, let's fire him. Let's go and bring De Zerbi because we want to be like Brighton. If you are coming to a league and want to be the best, do you not copy the best? Why do you copy the mid-table teams? You buy all their players, number one, buy all their recruiters, number two, collect their coach. You call it the second coach again. It don't go better for Togoli and Clear League. It don't go better for them. And I'm not even. And I just came back from church. God forgive me. But I just have to say, God forgive me again. It don't go better for them. But they don't know what they're doing. They really do not know. And every fan who comes there trying to, let's just see what, there's a reason we have data. There's a reason we have trends. So you can forecast and say, okay, this didn't work last time. Why can we expect it to work again? Not, let's just sit and wait. They got a massive fan base, and the fans, honestly, Chelsea fans are I'm a little disappointed in Chelsea fans that they are not as outspoken as Arsenal fans. I hate to say that because it hurts my soul because I want them to be a little outspoken and vocal. Like, these guys are doing nonsense. Be a little vocal.
Not jump in there a little bit. Arsenal fans were vocal and they went Arteta out. If the board had listened to Arsenal fans, would they be where they are today? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
But they go concept and die like Tottenham Hotspur. Nothing will happen. Like listen to Arteta.
Sit here and just allow these guys go on and on and on. They keep blaming the old administration, but at what point do you take responsibility and say, okay, I've been here 2 years now. Maybe this is my fault. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Maybe going after unproven coaches is not the way forward. I don't know. I guess you want to copy Alonso there. Because you want to copy this unicorn of a coach, you want to copy that style. So let's go and bring people that are up and coming, forgetting the fact that the English Premier League is different. English Premier League is very different. You bring young and unproven coaches, they will sink you. They will sink. Actually, and this is a weird thing for a Chelsea fan to say, but let them bring the young managers in. We'll sit here and watch. Because I know some people, Idris knows some people that say, okay, let's just sit and we are being a too harsh. We will see. We will see. I yield for now.
Okay, for now. Let me take comments. Let me take comments because if not, I will miss them. Chelsea got kicked out of Europa without kicking a ball or losing the game. They sweet me die. Hey, I see they sweet us, right? They paying there. They sweet us. Chris says it was mutual. Damn it. Yeah, it was mutual. It wasn't mutual. That's true. It was mutual.
Let's be honest. That's not mutual. It's not mutual. If you
I
make conditions
beg.
unnecessary, like conditions not conducive for the person that wants to stay, and you
That's
say, okay, we're not doing what you want. We're not doing what you want. That's not mutual. They're telling me we can do without you. Go away. That's fine. Forget that thing.
It's not
That's
me.
a good response. That's a good response. Sugar Daddy, Sugar Toddy the gang. The floor is yours. Let's go. You win World Cup. That immediately adds 50 million to the price. I don't know what I think that. Did Poch really underperform? Question mark. Ola says
Good catch,
got Lavia for 58 because Sugar thought he wants to pepper Liverpool. How did that go? Pepper them gang. I think Lampard needs another chance. He has learned this lesson, I swear. That's the comment of the day. Lampard one. Yes, I agree. We need to square Joe Lampard again. 1 second, sorry. There's like 4 more. Last one, I like this Benny guy. It's like, what if Oga Kame was blue and I didn't yell so much? Also, yeah, hair. Yeah, Oga Kame is catching strays for what now? Don't do that. Super Frankie Lampard warming up for a 3-peat. Make it happen. Yes, I support that. I support the motion. That's when Chelsea fans really sounding like my United fans. Hey, we are the Choco Brothers. That's why I call us.
Wow, Choco Brothers.
The same things in different way. Okay, go Chidi before we go to.
I have to say something. I really don't even have it. I mean, I think Benny said it all. And I want to say, whatever group chats this my guy is, I beg, please just add me there first of all. That clip. No, hold on. Like this guy, I have butterflies in my stomach. Pause. And because I've made this comment in some Chelsea group, in some groups with Chelsea fans, and everybody has chastised me saying that I'm mad, I'm this. They called, but I was explaining to them this thing. People were saying that no, that they are rebuilding. I say you guys paid over 250 million for 3 holding midfielders in one summer, and you call it a rebuild. Everybody was beating me down. I'm like, so myself, I started questioning myself. Maybe I'm the one that doesn't even have sense. But just hearing this, bros, I beg, if you can just record that session that you have, just send me like the MPG file. Let me just, I beg.
You're a man, you found you're celebrating. I'm not doing anything for you. Calm down.
You're
looking for evidence.
No, but you know,
I need to
no.
I'm not
I got you.
But you know what? Actually, Trude is asking us from a truly standpoint because let's be honest, Trude has pointed something out to me and you, right? In the sense that, like, Ben, people made us look like we were crazy in our group. People made us look like we were crazy. See, just Ray self they talk say no go better for Ray did the group too. So these are our guys. They are coming out saying, guys, talk. It's almost like we are the whistleblowers. Maybe they don't bowing us. Maybe they're not bowing us.
Careful.
Maybe the vacation.
Choco Brothers. Okay,
Choco Brothers. In all fairness, Benny has said everything off. And this is where I might rein a bit, but I'll rein it in a bit. I've gone through my political stance on how I felt about politics and football. We'll skip that part. This is what I'm confused about. I don't want to think somebody who controls billions of dollars is dumb. You've got to be able to convince people to relinquish their money to do some crazy project that, whatever the mad guy is, now you the lead, I follow, no problem. Because I don't have the balls to do what you have done to reach billions. Includes not just scamming, creating a product, or potentially killing people. I don't know, but you have reached the billion part. I will respect you for that. But it begs the question on if, just the way we say great players never make the best managers sometimes, and we say sometimes being wealthy doesn't mean you're the best person to have around. You know what I mean? Like, the people holding on to Clear Lake making the best decisions for Chelsea, they've not really given us anything substantial to say this is their track record, this is what they are doing that will get us here. The truth about the matter is I don't like Pochettino. I didn't think I thought it was a good signing for 2 years, 3 years, just stabilized and bounce. I did not expect to win anything with Pochettino. That's the fact. That being said, I can understand why he's fired. He got fired. There's just some things I'm just like, man. But he figured it out towards the end. And what was frustrating was we can make fun of Lampard. Though. I'm going to call Lampard Poch, and how we're going. Lampard identified the players they need to sell. And if you notice, we did a whole bunch of clear out. But we knew we couldn't go with Lampard because of what we wanted. We got Poch. Poch tried to make lemonade with the garbage that we had. And somewhere along the line, I don't know if you guys remember, we had a under 25 or busy over 25 mark.
Yeah.
And if you're a soccer fan, you know that that's a bit risky. You can't win. They say you don't win anything with kids. You could in some scenarios, right? But you don't win anything with kids in the sense that like they're hot, they're cold, they're hot, they're cold. There's no consistency because they're just kids. It's just what it is. Proven. Somehow, these guys who use data for financial reasons, for investments, for the MLB team they have, missed that significant part of experience. Every player they list that, this player might be in the market, turns out to be the player that has some experience that is keeping the team balanced. They have not given us anything that makes the toxic or even the fan base that believes in them something to hold on to. Some people say because they don't come out and talk, they're very corporate. I call that bullshit because Roman never spoke. I don't even know what Roman actually sounds like as a person, but I know what Roman does. You know, there was never a time in Chelsea where Roman's loyalty was ever questioned. There was never a time at Chelsea where people felt that Roman never had the best interest of even the hotel that was on the Chelsea ground. There was never that time. Even when they took the club from him and I visited with my wife to Stamford Bridge, the people that were selling beer felt bad for Roman, even if they understood why things were happening. They just said, but why do I have to suffer if my friend is being an idiot? That was how they measure. So that's something Roman has done. However we want to paint him or whatever, we felt he was the right custodian of the club. These guys are giving us United owner vibes. These guys are making us see things that like, I'm just going to put it out there. We are washing money in Chelsea. Let's let it out. We are washing money in Chelsea. And we are washing money in Chelsea. Nobody can convince me otherwise. And to be very honest with you, the firing of Poch, I can understand if you have something lined up. But you've been firing managers and you've never had anything lined up. And this is your fourth firing, right, Ben? This is the fourth, right? Fourth or fifth?
Tuchel, Potter, Lampard, Poch.
So and there was one guy that did 2 days intern that also left. He's from Brighton.
5.
So 5. And yet you don't have anything lined up. And that really bothers anybody who knows football. I don't want to mention names, but some of our friends will say they are not dumb, that we don't know what's happening, but it's worrisome that we've barely salvaged our season to 6th. And I still think we overperformed. I swear to God, I think we overperformed. Next season, we have a new manager. It's looking like it will be De Zerbi. De Zerbi hasn't won anything. We don't know what we are going to get. They say he's a football genius, but so is Arteta. Let's see. But so, no, it's the truth now. So is Arteta. Let's see. The other part that is scaring. Everybody throws that word around because that Alonso effect and old Pep Barcelona effect is really, really clouding a lot of people, right? Let's see. I just want Chelsea fans and those that support Clear Lake to realize that next season, we're going up against Pep, Diodogu. We're going up against Good Evening because they're going to back Unai Emery in that club. Yeah. We're going up against whoever United is going to bring under what's his name? Your new minority owner.
Ratcliffe.
Because Ratcliffe wants to make a point. He's been looking to buy a club. He's finally got Manchester United. He's going to make that point. Whether he keeps what's his name?
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag or not. We're going to go up against Lopetegui from West Ham. West Ham is going to spend money. West Ham has never had a problem spending money. Whoever Liverpool gets is a winner, which is the guy from whatever. But Liverpool might not spend money, you don't know. But we know Liverpool is not dropping below 6th. And we're going to go against, they're never going to drop below 6th. We're going to go against Newcastle And the money that is been itching Saudi people to spend, they've just been restrained. You see where I'm going? And their manager has 2 years experience, who is a decent manager that will not also drop below 6th. That now leaves me with where we at Chelsea are going now. Because I want to understand where we are going.
Spurs did it.
Thank God, Spurs is there. That is 8. So whoever now is thinking that we are going to raise tin foil, red cup, whatever nonsense next season, I'm just waiting to see it. Because the main crux of the issue here is nobody trusts Clear Lake.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Just because we've gone so long, I'm going to do like what they call. I don't think I'll jump in. I don't think Chidi will jump into. I'm just gonna go to next topics. Let me take comments quickly. Joshua, what's up with today's fans upset to rebuilds? Club stuck in rebuilding mode. Yeah, I mean, you have to rebuild. Laugh at my house. So you don't have to be a footballer, even a tactical or strategic genius to make money. United is sure proof of that. Fiscal data calculation doesn't always translate. That's true. That's very true. Joshua says, think if there was a coach that deserved more time, it's Poch. Chelsea's football was better than United.
Definitely.
Just wasteful in front of goal. I agree. United were crap, but clinical in front of goal. I didn't want to use that shit, but especially if you don't understand the key driving factors of success in the sport.
Exactly.
Roman was a fan, not just an owner.
Big fan, man. Big fan.
But you say American mob money scheme. Was the Premier League's Florentino Perez. Yeah.
Facts.
The man came in and hired this guy from Man U now. You people who's former whatever, Peter Canyon or whatever.
Yeah.
He got that guy and he started bringing the old guard in, brought sensible people. God almighty. This guy is MMR. This new guy is MMR.
But you can understand why he did it, with the exception of a few, and kept on winning. The reason why I kept on winning, though, that was
it is what it is. Whatever. We are carrying cups Arsenal will never sing in their life, but carry on.
They were cooking books behind that we didn't know.
Are you telling? Wait. I like the fact you said they are cooking books, and this is what used to annoy me with a lot of us that are Western trained that talk about these P guys. You're telling me these guys are not cooking books? No. Wait now. Let's see. You will come out
because Russia is a prodigal son. If you guys are clean, you think all of you are clean. Man, you think you're clean.
Let's see.
Continue.
Catching strays. Arsenal catching strays on Chelsea issues. LOL.
Okay.
Okay. Champions League final prediction. This one I'm just going to call prediction. I don't think we're going to do much of a preview. Let's just do a quick prediction and move on from this one. Kiri, how do you think it's going to go?
Madrid is winning it full time. Not sure of the score, but and has nothing to do against Sancho. Nothing to do with Dortmund. I actually want Dortmund to win it for Royce, but nah, I think Madrid is taking this one.
Madrid and their black magic.
Yeah, they will figure it out.
Idris, what are your thoughts? This game.
I'm going to go with the dark horse. I'm going to go with Dortmund. I just think they have nothing to lose. They're just going to throw everything on ground. I don't think they're in Champions League next year, are they? Or Europe next year?
Yeah. Because of how good, how bad England did in Europe.
So they get that 5 spots. Okay, that's the only thing saving them. If not, I think they're going to just lay it all out there. They have nothing to lose.
Okay. Benny, the nihilist.
The nihilist. Let's destroy everything, man. As much as my head tells me Madrid will find a way and will win comfortably, I'd like Dortmund to win.
Okay.
I'd like that just so I can watch you Man U fans.
You don't see that last comment. You don't see that last comment. See that last comment.
With the big eared trophy. His armpit to be there, hairy and everything. Pause. Anyway, whatever it is, we'll see Sancho's armpits with the trophies. I want to see that just for you because of you, Man U fans.
God will not allow Sancho. This is spiritual. Guys are going spiritual.
The eyebrow shall prevail. I love Dortmund, but I never bet against Real Madrid.
Wisdom.
Nah, it's a tough one.
Sancho winning goal. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sancho winning goal will send some people to like
panic attack, man. Heart attack.
This durag will enter bush. Sunglasses, we trade it for bifocals.
Key things about that battle has Bellingham evolved since leaving Dortmund? If he has, do Dortmund have the plan to stop him and Modric from splitting them open?
Modric probably won't start. It'll be Cruz first. Modric will come in later when they need a goal.
Dortmund is my second team, so I want my second team to win 100%. And also because I have a small agenda. Like I think you just know, some people know. I have a small agenda against Ancelotti. It's just very small. It's just an agenda. I think it's an agenda. To be clear,
you're a Pep fan.
It's a thesis. It's a thesis. It's a AY thesis. It's an agenda, and it must agenda.
So agenda must agenda.
Ancelotti, forget that. Ancelotti.
And also because of this, I'm jealous.
He's the greatest coach in the world.
Why does one team win 14 Champions League? Now let them carry everybody come.
But bro, we have to give Florentino Perez.
Now let them carry everybody come.
We have to give Florentino Perez his flowers. Like, come on, man. Like the Galactico blew up in his face. He was the most hated guy in Madrid, and somehow this guy took a back seat. He sold Makalele. God, man! Like even the basketball team.
This man buried Hyena in the Bernabeu. You see that Pogba hyena? This man buried some hyenas. Because I cannot. The way Real Madrid have won Champions League,
it's ridiculous. They're not the best. They're not the best team.
They're
never the best team.
I'll play them, and they will just
boom. They'll score. They don't win.
This is black magic. In my opinion, I think it's black magic.
That's the biggest evidence of black magic in this world, Madrid.
But no, it's also. I get it. We say black magic, but that's the creme de la creme of like football. Like you remember we used to have like Madrid, Bayern. We had Manchester United back then. Like, bro, right now, if you want to say you had a PhD in ball, you have to have done something in Madrid. Because let's be honest, Ancelotti came to Premier League and he was flirting around with some street, lack of a better term, street hood rats. They were not working for him. As soon as Madrid winked at him, the guy was like, "You guys are not my level," and he just like took off.
Oh my God, you was so man.
So yeah,
they move on to Kudos and Donkeys of the season. Then end pod. Real Madrid have an eyebrow dictated script that they follow to it. Yeah, it's eyebrow. That's part of the black magic.
Well, that's a smart agenda, exactly.
I would shaved your eyebrow if you had a chance.
Greatest man manager ever, in my opinion. Man management is up there.
Yeah. It's a win-win for Dortmund and United. If Dortmund wins, United get money for Sancho. Yep. If Madrid wins, Dortmund get more money for Bellingham. That's a good point. Yeah. So if Bellingham and the kids put secure the bag, Modric and Mel will come in to finish the deal. That's true. I do think Madrid will win. I'm just banking that an upset will happen. Benvido Mabala, who's a good friend of mine, won't like it. The Champions League.
A good friend. I like a good friend. I like that good friend phrase. Whenever Benvido.
I have a question. If Sancho wins the Champions League, does Dortmund get paid for them using Sancho to win Champions League from United?
No, they don't get paid.
No.
Are you sure?
No,
I'm not sure about that. What do you mean they don't get paid?
What do you mean they don't get paid?
Who's going to get paid?
I'm talking about Dortmund because I'm sure in his contract it was one of those. If he wins the title Wednesdays, they get paid, right?
Correct.
Oh,
so Sancho is in Dortmund. If he wins the Champions League,
player, technically,
do you guys pay?
Doesn't work like that.
I don't think. I think you'd have to be Man U to win.
I will love it.
This guy, this is your agenda that I tried to do that from nowhere now. Kudos and Donkey of the season. Let's go. Benny, Kudos and Donkey of the season.
Ooh.
We get to the two match. Don't list 15 people.
No. Donkey is just one group for me.
Clear leak.
Actually, no. That's the thing. Me and you cannot have the same donkey. So let me just take one donkey, which is like the PGMOL. They've been terrible. Like the way they've handled the officiating throughout the season. It's a confirmed D-, if not F. Like for them, they've been handling like the complaints, handling everything, training their refs, and taking and being accountable for their F-ups. They've done none of that, so they've been terrible at everything. And I mean, Yeah, that's why I'll
That's
never say nothing evil against Tottenham, Nottingham Forest for how hardly they came against the Premier League.
yeah.
Yeah, they were terrible there. Kudos of the season. It's hard to look further than Alonso, honestly, for me. I mean, just this rookie, not necessarily rookie man. I guess he's a rookie manager. No, not a rookie manager. Second year, right?
Second year.
Yeah, sophomore manager who has done the unthinkable and
like that.
gone
Unthinkable,
unbeaten
man.
in the Bundesliga. And did it like with compare them with like the Invincibles for Arsenal and Juventus, way more points, like the conversion and everything. So, they've done
Donkey and
well.
fat hybrid.
So, but yeah, those are my two.
Okay. Idris.
Donkey, you already shouted Clear Lake, man. Those guys, nothing. And I have to make Benny proud too.
I'm proud.
Kudos. I know you said we should just do one. I'm kind of struck with Atalanta as a club, and how they've ran themselves. For our boy Ademola Lookman, but then again, definitely Alonso and Bayer Leverkusen, massive shout out to them. I have to give my boy a Chelsea shout out, Cole Palmer. Nobody saw this coming. I am worried for that boy next season because if that boy leads us 5 goals, I know Chelsea fans will say it was a one season wonder. So, but Cole Palmer for me at Chelsea at the age of what he did, he's the reason why we're even talking about Europe.
Very true.
Okay. Shooty.
I'll start with kudos. I think I'll just give it to Unai for doing the double, qualifying for Champions League and making sure Arsenal. That's my kudos. And you know the rest. And Donkey will be. I was gonna go with Boli too, but since you say Clear Lake already, I'll probably pick Laporte with Barcelona and what they did with Javi after trying to get him back.
Okay.
And now finally doing this again. And personally, I really don't think this is their solution, bringing in Flynn, but I personally do not think it will end well. And you can quote me on this, but I'll see how it goes.
Is that a second team? Barcelona?
No. I do not like the Barcelona to like bloody hell. They tormented my life.
They torment you, reach us.
No, they don't reach you, bro. 2012, 2010 or 20 Champions League final.
9 and 11. 2011. 2 finals.
I still have dreams about that stuff. I have the jersey. I have the Scorsese jersey. Like that, bro. Like I still They tormented me. I hate them. But this what they did with Xavi, like I don't think it makes sense, and I don't think that's their solution. But
no, Chelsea is legendary though. That one that we have with them is just legendary. Not one season, not two. It's like this guy.
I have to ask Chelsea fans this stuff about like. So I heard that what they call it with the Poch situation that they Boli didn't want him to have full say on transfers.
So
he doesn't want to have any say.
Any say, essentially.
Any say.
I also heard that this guy actually is part of the team talk.
Ed Begali. See, guy, there's a lot of Americanism happening. If it was a third world owner that came and did this thing, you'll be hearing all those English. Oh my God, it's just so uncivilized. We hear things. You and I know this. And somehow the American is getting away with this rubbish. I'll leave it to God. Carry on.
Simon Jordan, who I actually thought had sense, is still like supporting. I don't know how people can still back.
They've paid him. He's part of the money laundering scheme.
He doesn't need the money. Like why can't you say something that? And all these pundits just so I don't know if they're scared or you just feel like they have to support these guys. They have to like back them or whatever. They're so scared to say the obvious thing. These guys don't know what they're doing. Egbali, Todd Bowley or whatever. And I was hearing some reports that Egbali and Todd Bowley maybe don't see eye to eye or whatever.
There's apparently there's a clash now. Apparently, but we don't know.
Cluelessly at odds. Whatever it is, they're clueless. Clear Lake and Todd Bowley, they're like people trying to run 100 miles in one direction, but they're on a treadmill, so they're not going anywhere, but they're going fast.
Anywhere. I'm going to make a funny joke where one of my female friends used to say, like, when a guy is spending so much on you, initially it's nice, but when the money is too much, you start telling him, bro, slow down. And there's a lot you might be asking of me that I can't give you. I did not understand what she was saying that time. I was like, enjoy. Now I get her. I'm calling my homegirl. I'm like, see, I need to tell this guy to slow down because I don't know what you're offering because I can't give you whatever you're asking for at this juncture. Like, it's mad, fam. It's really mad.
They are paying money. They just want instant results. They're like Yahoo boys with money. I don't understand.
It's really scary.
Instantaneous results.
They spend so much money of a club that they did not inherit debt in, and that can come and be arguing with me about this, and then turn around and be like, we have to balance the books. I'm like, I'm not understanding.
Try to.
I'm like,
they try to and the debt part I can't understand because it still shows up in the price or whatever. But what pisses them, they want to blame the old administration for a lot of things that are going on, but they inherited a lot of good things from that old administration. The fan base
and they don't want to
before Abramovich is like night and day after Abramovich came in. And they inherited this massive goodwill, only to keep blaming them. Oh, but they did this, they did that, they did this, they did that. You are benefiting from the whatever you claim they did badly. You're benefiting from it.
Fact.
And it's 2 years in, you're still calling Abramovich's name. For what? Makagini? Why?
Okay.
You know what?
Let me take comments and end with my own kudos. Just be saying football is becoming too Americanized. The socials. Oga come and say, why does Ayo look like an Agbero today? I'm here for it. Stunting on all of them. That's what we're just stunting. You just give it to stunt. Someone said, did you enter the chat, please? Oga come and shut the hell up. My kudos is Gasperini. I know someone mentioned Atlanta. I'll just add +1 to that. Gasperini, like it so much. For people like us that like, the tacticals. They call us the tacticals online. I'm part of the tacticals. I like tactics. Manager.
Take 10 years, though. That guy has been working for 15 years, but it's all good.
Exactly. That's why, it's when they say City boys are up, tacticals are up today. We are up today. Finally, we get our job. Because for so long, I think Gasperini has been classified like a professor, a theoretical manager.
A Bielsa.
Like a Bielsa, exactly. So I'm happy he won the trophy. And a big trophy. Ending somebody's competing.
One for the old boys, man. One of the old boys in the game. You see that? No be by young man. Young men. You will fall flat. All of them. I don't know. They're feeling forward.
Agreed. If we didn't win the FA Cup yesterday, United would have got my donkey of the season. Because that FA, even though it doesn't change much in my head, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you've been in a fight. Exactly. When you go to a boxing fight, you knocked out for like 12 rounds. Every round you're getting knocked out. But at the end, you got Gatorade to drink, So we had that Gatorade. That's what it was. We had that Gatorade. So because of that, I'm like, I'll let it pass.
Where is it Gatorade? You see, at that point, the value of the FA Cup. So it's like Gatorade.
Yeah. Because of that, I'm like, okay. I think my donkey of the season has to be Sheffield United. I mean, I understand they didn't have resources. I get that. But man, they were like historically bad. That was like a historically bad team. Yeah. Because they're the highest amount of goals, over 100 goals. Like, come on now. Let's be serious here. Over 100 goals. They were horrible. I think that's like one of the worst promoted teams I've ever seen. So yeah, that's my donkey season. I couldn't think of anybody else. That's my donkey. We've come to the end of the pod. Them clearly they're going to learn the hard way.
They're going to learn the hard way. They're going to learn.
Very dark man. Eh?
Don't play.
Don't play.
He said something.
He going to learn.
That's an interesting donkey because it's supposed to be Bayern
donkey like how? If there was any, I do not mean to be racist to all our white and Asian fans. If there's any black man failing forward, my G,
I'm here for
that's my guy. I'm here for it.
I don't know if it's going to last the season, but I'm here for it. I don't think I'm here for it.
Well, we've come to the end of the show. This has been fantastic. According to J Socials and everybody, the comments, this is probably one of the highest common interaction we've gotten in a long time.
Thanks to you guys. Thank you guys.
The recipe. Thank you guys.
Moving
forward, Chu will always show up to our podcast sitting on the floor. Like I said, whatever deal did, she carry come. It didn't work.
I'm sad at lack of straight bullets at Arsenal this podcast. We did in the beginning. much. We did it in the beginning. We're giving them people at the beginning. Go back to
They're done
Yes,
out of the
yes,
count
yes,
now.
yes.
You want to keep beating on a dead dog? Come on now.
No, we apply pressure all summer on the group. But maybe I let you from this. We apply pressure so that EJ will not edit everything out because
EJ will edit us out.
She's a bit edit now. She take snippets here and there.
Shout out to all the council of the elders on the post. Shout out to everybody for all the engagement. Like, share, subscribe. Benny, Judy, Idris, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
It was a pleasure, brother. Thank you so much.
Man.
And
Always
enjoy your long weekends.
You too.
You guys enjoy.
Bye.
Eh?
All right, boys.
Thunder fire to bully. Bye bye.